Now, I know what I'm about to say might be considered a hot take. I'm going out to the trenches. I'm going to war. But you know what? It needs to be said. I'm going to say it, all right? You know what? You might hate me for this. You might unsubscribe, but I need to say it. Twitter's a bad place. I'm sorry. I'll give you a moment to take that in. Feeling better now? Now, depending on how long you've been on this channel, I don't think it comes to the surprise of anyone that I take a dump on Twitter a lot. Any moment that I get a chance, I'm going to take it. But it's because it's honestly not a really good platform, especially considering the fact that it's not even one of the biggest social media platforms out there, but they're the loudest platform in the internet, basically. Anything that happens on there somehow goes and makes waves across every single platform. Oh, someone's getting canceled. Well, it's really Twitter cancel. Oh, people are outraged that a new episode of The Last of Us. Twitter at its core is toxic. All it has is toxic people on there. It just negativity, hate, cancel this, cancel that. This person sucks. Let's get rid of them. There's nothing ever really positive on that platform. You can just breathe. You can sit there and say hello on Twitter, and guess what? Someone's going to try and cancel you just for the fact that you said hello. You're not safe on that platform from anything. And I'm not saying it needs to be Weenie Hut Jr. It doesn't need to be a safe platform for everyone just to, you know, walk outside and not feel attacked. I mean, yes, that is, you know, kind of appreciated, and I think that should be, you know, expected, but I'm not saying it needs to be dumbed down to like YouTube Kids level where, oh, you can't see no replies to messages or anything like that. But the point is, Twitter is a very bad place. It's a platform where the worst and dumbest takes typically get the most attention, which now leads me to what I wanted to talk about today and what you probably saw in the title, which is MrBeast was getting canceled, or Twitter canceled is how I like to say it, and it's very silly. So to catch you up to speed, a couple days ago, MrBeast released a video talking about how he cured blindness for 1,000 people. And I mean, when you see the title, when you watch the video, you're like, oh, well, these are great acts. This is great. God, wow. You know what? He is doing something really good. But Twitter disagreed as usual. They thought MrBeast was profiting off people's blindness, turning them into videos instead of doing it off screen, not knowing how MrBeast operates, and the fact that when he makes videos like this, it helps bring awareness. It helps to fund more money for even more videos where he can help out more people. But you know, let's throw that to the side. When I was going through all these threads and looking at people's replies and the messages they were sending towards MrBeast, I don't know, I felt like I was in a fever dream. I just couldn't believe that people actually got outraged that people that were, you know, getting their blindness cured, right? Like, yes, you could be upset at the government, you could be upset that this is how it has to be done, that a YouTuber is making a video about curing blindness for 1,000 people. You could be upset at that.
You watch the video, you go, oh, how cute and how nice. I watched the video and I'm filled with rage.
What's wrong with you?
That we shut off access to a 10-minute procedure because we paywalled it and decided that like some people just simply can't get it. It is so insanely frustrating that it's up to like one YouTube guy to like decide to make content out of it that people who are too poor can't just fucking see. That's insane. Anyway, sorry. It's just like a deeply, deeply frustrating concept.
But those people still got cured, right? They still got their blindness fixed. That should be a good thing overall. Now, I can't see that one point people were making about his thumbnail for the video. It looks kind of uncanny, kind of eerie, just kind of a weird vibe off it. But that's all MrBeast thumbnails. When you look at them close enough and you see how the faces are set up, the smiles and everything, it's very uncanny. But that's his business. That's how he tries to get as many clicks as possible to watch his video. So, I mean, it's just how the business works for him. And a few days ago, MrBeast made a tweet that pretty much summarized it very well. Twitter, rich people should help others with their money. Me, okay, I'll use my money to help people and I promise to give away all my money before I die. Every single penny. Twitter, MrBeast bad. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. And then I just want to highlight one of my favorite replies, which is Twitter sucks. You can literally cure cancer tomorrow and miserable people on here will pretend to be upset about it somehow. That is Twitter in a nutshell. There is no other way to describe it. Twitter is a embodiment of just pure hate, negativity, and toxicity. And I think the most interesting part about this entire thing is the fact that despite how toxic Twitter is, all the bad people, how much Twitter sucks, all these people will still be on there 24/7. They'll pay for Twitter Blue, even though there's no real value for it. It's like, what's the point? Why stay on the platform if it's that bad? If you see it as so toxic, so bad, why keep on using it? For me, I got a Twitter, yeah, it sits there, but I don't really use it much unless I'm making a video like right now. but the platform is useless to me. There's no real value for it. I guess maybe when you're a big celebrity, you're up at the top of the stars, and you know the only time you'll get replies if you have an actual Twitter blue badge, then yeah, maybe I guess for connections. But hey, I don't know, send an email, get their phone number, boom, now you can text each other, go on Discord. I don't know, like Twitter is not the only means of communication to get in touch with people. But maybe I'm out of touch, maybe because I'm not up there at the upper echelon with all the big names. Maybe I'm not the one getting it. I always find it funny whenever I see articles that talk about fans are outraged at this, or this person's getting canceled, or whatever the case might be, something negative's going on, and then all they do is link to 1 or 2 tweets from Twitter as if that's actually a representation of people themselves around the whole world. The only real cancellation that ever happens is self-cancellation. That's it. There's no other cancellation. People being upset on Twitter, people talking about you on Twitter, that doesn't mean anything. If you just ignored it, you just said fuck that noise, and you went on with your life, you would be a happy person. You would be fine. You just go about your day doing YouTube videos, Twitch streams, whatever it might be. You would be fine. It has been shown time and time again, if you get canceled on Twitter or people outraged at you, if you ignore it, you're fine. No real cancellation ever happens online except for when you want to self-cancel yourself. Typically, you just put your head down and you're fine. I just find it funny to keep seeing this notion that, oh, you know, now everything is cancelable, everything is going to get canceled. You say the wrong thing, you're canceled. Twitter's upset, you're canceled. It's just one platform, dog. Essentially, what people are doing are giving the most toxic and hateful people on the internet a power, if you will. They're giving value to their hate, to their anger, their uproar. They're basically trying to justify and be like, hey, you know what, we hear you, we understand you, even though what they're saying is a hot load of shit and it doesn't really matter. It's pretty much noise. That's what it is. But because people like to put so much value in what people say on that platform, and they treat 1 or 2 tweets as like the overall consensus of what people think, it starts to inflate people's head and start thinking that everything they say can get rid of people off the notion. They'll be like, oh, I just said this person sucks. Hey, you know what, my neighbor, they just said they suck too. Why aren't they canceled yet? Why have we not gotten rid of them? I said they suck. They said they suck. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but just because you or your neighbor or your friends think somebody sucks and you post it on your Twitter timeline, it doesn't mean that it's going to do anything. If you find the right people who don't give a shit about what Twitter thinks, guess what? They're doing perfectly fine today and they're moving on with their life. And you know why? Because they don't care. That's why. Anyways, I just want to talk about this because I've been seeing it pop up on my feeds recently. And, you know, people are talking about, oh, MrBeast is canceled. Oh, he's doing bad deeds. Oh my God, what is he doing? It's not that serious, man. It's really not. It's not a big deal. And, you know, I feel like, honestly, if MrBeast didn't give any attention to it, he didn't talk about it on Twitter, he just went off his life, continuing to do what he does best, it wouldn't matter. There's no reason. When you give attention to it, you just prove to the people who are trying to be toxic and get your attention that it's working. You're giving more value to them to do in the future again. When you just ignore it, they feel like, oh shit, he's not paying attention. Oh my God. You know, you start to feel like, oh, well, is it even worth doing again in the future? Probably not, because guess what? They're not giving you a reaction. That's why when people come into streams, they say a bunch of dumb shit or they try and bait people out, and then you see a streamer lose their shit, and then the chatter's like, oh, bait it. I got you, man. I was just trying to get reaction out of you. When you just ignore things like that, then it doesn't give those people that power. You literally just take away their power when you ignore people that are trying to bait you, try and get reactions out of you. Just shut them the fuck up, ban them, time them out, whatever it may be. Move on with your life and call it a day. Because when you give them attention, then it just validates what they're doing, and that essentially just gives them the green light to keep going ahead and doing it over and over and over. Anyways, you made this far into the video, consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel, leave me a comment below what you think. Have a great day. Yeah.